And welcome back. Attorney Steve Vondran here, Fireside Edition 2012, December. We are going over the top 10 list of most common DRE violations, things that we find in audits, hearings, investigations, and whatnot in regards to your real estate activities with California Department of Real Estate. I am licensed to practice law in California, Arizona, and we are pulling the law fresh from my new guidebook on real estate law, California Department of Real Estate 2012. So you're getting it right from the book here today, having a little fireside chat with Attorney Steve. This regulation, coming in at number 2, the second most common violation, see it a lot of times, is the broker's failure to supervise. Okay, where does this pop up? You have a bunch of agents, you have a bunch of branch offices, despite the fact that it may be a lot to handle, you still have the obligation to exercise reasonable supervision over the activities of your licensed agents and whatnot. Okay? One problem that we see, a big reason that we're getting hearings and accusations filed against companies is what they call the rent-a-broker. Rent-a-broker. And that's where somebody says, hey, you know, I'll have you, can I use your broker license? I'm going to start a company over here. And you know, we'll run the company, don't worry, everything will be fine, we'll take care of it, you'll get a cut of the business for allowing us to use your license. That's what the Department of Real Estate refers to as rent-a-broker. And they don't like it, they frown on it, and it could get you in trouble. Why? Because Commissioner Regulation 2725 requires you to maintain reasonable supervision, and I'll read it right from the book for you. A broker shall exercise reasonable supervision over the activities of his or her salespersons. Reasonable supervision includes, as appropriate, the establishment of policies, procedures, and systems to review, oversee, inspect, and manage. And then it gives a list of things that you need to do. Oversee any transaction requiring a real estate license. Any documents which have a material effect upon the rights or obligations of a party. Filing, storage, and maintenance of the documents. We talked about in another video. Number 1 violation, failure to keep records. Business and Professions Code 10148. Handling of trust funds. Again, we have property management companies. You can't just throw it off on somebody else and say, well, you know, I get paid my fee for my license. That is frowned on. Those are things that are going to get you in trouble. At any rate, the code talks about, the regulations talk about maintaining policies and procedures that are basically in relation to the size of your company and the number of salespersons that you have. But realize at the end of the day, where you can find yourself in big trouble is not having good policies and procedures in place for overseeing the activity, anything that involves real estate, mortgage loans, sales, loan modifications if you're doing those, short sales, real estate transactions, mortgage refis, whatever, it doesn't really matter. So keep an eye on your employees, keep yourself out of trouble, supervise their activities, make sure you know what's going on, make sure you have a dialogue with your salespeople, make sure you're in the know on your transactions. Okay? Attorney Steve out. We'll be back with number 3. Don't forget to check out our full series of all the top 10 violations.